Hey, Fit Like YouTube, welcome back to another episode. So, as you can see, I decided to remove the Aaarrrgh starfish. Now, I did think there was only going to be one or two, however, I think I've removed roughly 30 of them so far. Each night, just going round the tank with a torch. If I spy one, I'm removing it with tweezers, and I'll keep doing that until they're gone. Okay, so as in the previous episode, we've got the Cyanobacteria. Now, I'm just going to let it run its course, hopefully. Unless, like I said before, if it gets really bad, then I'll resort to chemicals. But I'm just going to blast it off the rocks, do water changes, add some bottled bacteria, and we'll see how that does, see if that gets rid of it. The other news is the fish that I had in the quarantine. I've put them into the display now. Main reason that I've kind of rushed it, it's only been a couple of weeks, but they've still went through a week of copper and a week of Pro. But what was happening was the Anthias were starting to fight one another. Now, I think this was because I didn't have a male. I wish I bought a male at the same time, but there wasn't one available. And what was happening was the three top most dominant females were just constantly picking on the weaker ones, and I've ended up losing two in the quarantine. So I thought to kind of stop them fighting, I would get them into the display. So I've got them in the display, put the pintail wrasses in as well. However, they've all went and hid in the rocks, and one of them still got kind of picked on, and it's died as well, unfortunately. So I'm down to 5, and the 5 that remain have seemed to find their own little spots. However, one of the pintail wrasses did jump out of the tank. How the hell it managed to squeeze through this small netting, but it did. So I found it dead on top, so that was unfortunate. There is still one left, which is good, and it's doing fine. It's got like a wee rock here that it hides under, and he kind of goes down to where Lucifer hangs out and chills around about there as well, so that's good. So that's all the fish that I had in the quarantine are in the display. Well, the ones that have survived anyway. Don't think I'm going to bother with any more shoaling fish, to be honest, because for whatever reason they just don't shoal in this tank. I think it might be the fact that there's so many big fish, I don't know. So I'm not going to bother with any more of those. I'm just going to get some more fish, but we'll have to wait and see what I get. So yeah, that's it. The other news is I have decided to upgrade. So I'm planning on purchasing a 6-foot or a 7-foot aquarium, which means I will be needing to sell this water box. Now, don't get me wrong, the water box is okay. It's just not really what I want. I want something a bit bigger. And now that I've got this refugium on the side, my wife's got used to this space. So when I've mentioned the upgrade, she seems to be okay with it, because it's not going to be taking up anything that's not already being used. So that's worked out fine. So as you can see, cyanobacteria everywhere. Nothing really much to look at. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is focus on purchasing fish and not so much the corals until I can maybe find a buyer for this aquarium. As soon as I get a buyer for the aquarium, we'll get it sold. I'll get the stock and everything put into my other tanks and get this other tank ordered and get that put into place. So I'm going to go with a custom aquarium this time, just because I have things that I want done and I just cannot get it off the shelf. And the sump, I want to design it myself instead of going with basically what everyone else is giving you, which just doesn't suit what I want at all. So decided to go down the custom road. Now I know I should have did this probably to start with and saved myself a whole lot of flipping heartache and loss of money, but hey ho, it is what it is. We'll live and learn. But if I can't sell this tank, because obviously I'm not going to let this tank and stand go for like 300 quid. I mean, that's just stupid. So if I don't get any decent offers, well then I will probably just keep it and put it out in my shed or something like that. Use it for frags or whatever. But yeah, so the plan is to get a bigger tank. Now it obviously isn't going to happen straight away, but as soon as I can make it happen, I will make it happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. So the next one, hopefully we can get rid of this Cyanobacteria. If I need to use chemicline or something, I will do. I'm not against using it, I just would rather try see if the natural approach works first. But if not, then we'll just go down that road if we need to. But yep, all the fish are in, so far so good. Everyone's settled in. It's just a shame that you never actually see the new fish because they're always hiding. But anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Till the next one, bye bye.